to the magic system. Magic system again offers two ways of approaching. On the one hand, you can buy or get finalized spells, and on the other hand, you can create your really individual own spells. You get an amulet, and the different spells are represented by magic cards. I can show you one thing first. It's the crafting system. It's not only destroying things, it's only coloring things. It's really funny for multiplayer things or people who want to create their own very unique thing. So if you have this white head, for example, and I get some new colors, you can get, for example, a blue color, and then I can decide I want my white Gandalf head should be blue, and voila, here we go, now we have a blue head. And that's really funny because you can create your unique character with this. Okay, back to fighting. Magic system, right now I have a little cute air missile. It's very harmless, but it's just to show you that's the beginning if you begin as a mage. And right now I will show you how a spell is built up. So if I now look at this amulet with this little spell, we have two basic cards. So on the one hand, there's the basic card which defines the source of the element. For example, air, fire, water. Of course, you can find more cards, and you will have the other slots occupied. On the other hand, you have the kind of spell. So for example, a missile, an area spell, there can be a self-protection spell, and in this way you can really, by just trying out, you can make thousands of different spells. If you have a missile, you can even use some modifier cards, homing effect, a bouncing effect. Of course, the more cards you put into a spell, the more powerful you have to be as a mage. So you have to have enough mana and you have to have the right level. Okay, now I've changed the spell very easily. And I do the same thing again, and now I have a fireball. You can see it, it's stronger. You can see the physics system reacts to this. And that's the thing how it works. Of course, you can also choose some protection spell if you want. And if I'm a little bit too lonely in these dungeons, I can create my little friend. I can do some summoning spells, for example here. And summon this little stone golem. And of course this guy will follow me and will fight for me if some enemies are coming. It's a little bit slow, but it will come. And I can even decide to put the protection spell on this guy. So I just can spell in two, and then he's the same thing. I just don't want have him to follow me. So I just keep him out here. Of course, that's a magical creature, so he will be gone in depends on the power of the magic for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The same with my protection thing. If I do fighting, of course as a mage I can also do the normal fighting, but as you can see, while I'm fighting with a staff, the thing doesn't get any damage. That's because the mummies are protected against blunt weapons like a mace or a staff. So if I change now to some sharp weapons, so I took some swords and attack the guy again, and it's much more easier for me to defeat him. Show you some more locations. Meanwhile, I can tell you something about the multiplayer. That's another very important point for us because, as far as I know, 2v2 will be the only RPG with such a multiplayer mode. I will just run around a little bit. You can see it's very nice. We are starting at the beach section, and now you can see very nice how fluidly the region changes without any loading times. Okay, back to multiplayer. Multiplayer contains of 3 different modes. On the one hand, we have a kind of PvP arena mode. In this arena mode, you can fight against other people and improve your fighting skills. Then we have a kind of adventure mode. Adventure mode means that you can get with 8 people into one map and can solve a quest. And this quest has to be done cooperatively. So, for example,
80 people?
8 people.
8.
Yeah. And in this quest, you have to cooperate. For example, you have a mage, you have to have a warrior and a ranger to get ahead. The third multiplayer mode is so-called village mode. The village mode means that you can create your own little village. It's a kind of village simulation, if you want to say. And that means that you get a free map, and in this map you can get some starting money, and with the starting money you have to buy houses and breeding stations, guard houses, and the more successful you create this economic circle, the better the village will grow, new NPCs will come in, so it's a kind of little simulation in the game. Right here it's now a temple, there's even a little jump and run sections, so you can use this also to get ahead. Savannah, for example, it's another region, and every region has its special monsters and normal enemies. For example, if we are visiting the savannah, we will get to know some ostriches, some apes, and there's a little guy, let's see, over there. So every region has its special inhabitants. This guy, he's very lazy, but if I get too near, then I have to run.
He's too fast though.
Yeah, so there are some apes. The apes are throwing the stones, so it's really funny to be around in the savannah. And dangerous, of course. Okay, I just will show you one of the darker regions. So we don't have only these vacation regions, but only some very dark things. Wagma, it's nearly at the end of the main story, and it's, as I told you before, it's the so-called Swallows. The Swallows is an area of Andalor which was devastated by a magical experiment from Gandhar, and there are living only really strange monsters, and it's dark all the time. Oh, sorry. That was an old save point. I get a new version yesterday, and the old save points don't work with this version. So, but by the way, if it's until it's loading new, any questions so far? There was a lot of information and